Lucie Jones joins us now, along with Simon's friend Sunita. Before we talk to them, we would like to hear from you.
Lovely to see you. Lucie, you're still smiling.
Yeah, still smiling.
You seem to be the only one in the nation who isn't shocked and appalled and upset by this whole thing. You seem to have sort of held it together.
Well, I am upset, but I think, like, everyone deserves to be there, like I've said, and it just feels like, to me, it wasn't a shock that I was going because everyone was really good on Saturday, and that's everyone without, like, exception.
What did Danny say to you when she was whispering in your ear at the end?
She was just saying she was proud of me and that I hadn't, like, let her down or anything, and she was saying, I hope I haven't missed anything or, like, not done something right for you, and I was saying to her, no, she hasn't, she's been perfect.
Is there anything that you think you could have done or would have done or should have done differently?
No, I mean, no regrets. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and she's been brilliant.
And so that moment, and it was similar to last week, actually, you get to the deadlock, and you, as the moment Simon said, right, I'm going to take this to deadlock, you had a crushed look in your face. You sort of knew almost what was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way that John and Edward had the least amount of votes. Everyone loves them, and I was just like trying to deal with it before Dermot turned to speak to me, and like, but I kind of knew.
The thing was with John and Edward, although I mean, the last week they had the most amount of press. Everybody, the odds for them to win have gone up, and yet it must have been quite a shock that they were even in the bottom two in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, look at them, they're brilliant. I mean, none of us expected them to be there, but I think anyone could have been there this week, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you just think, of course, Lucie would have more votes. Yeah. Especially because Saturday you really came into your own. Whether you knew the song or not, she was amazing.
Yeah, you know, you really were.
But on my Twitter last night, people were saying, I mean, they were furious.
Yeah.
But after that, eventually that dies down, doesn't it? But they were saying it's tactical, because he's voted off a fantastic singer because Lucie was a threat to his own, the people that he was mentoring, the three guys, but that also it was purely for headline space. Keep the twins in, keeps everyone interested. It's purely a business deal.
Lucie, we've got an email here from Angela Eakins in East Kilbridge, and she says, my partner and I were disgusted by Simon last night. We don't think we should give this show our viewing time anymore. It's supposed to be based on talent. Lucie, you were fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much.
Which she was, but did they vote? Because people do this a lot. They're outraged and, you know, they'll Twitter and text and complain and, you know, even swear a bit. But then you go, well, did you vote? And they're like, well, and it's like, ah.
You said, Lucie, you felt sick at the end of it. That
no,
moment.
I looked like I was going to be sick. I wasn't. I was just, like, trying to hold it all together. I mean, it's like you don't know how you're going to react in a situation like that, and I've always said to myself, just compose yourself and like try not to. I can't believe I cried, and like, but it's just like it's overwhelming. I was so upset, but
well, of course, especially to get so far and you're caught up in this thing. But I mean, you've done amazingly. It's not the end for you.
Well, the great thing is that you've now got far enough, because there comes a point, there's a little barrier, isn't there? You cross the barrier, you're far enough to get your own deal. You don't have to win it now. There are other people who could look at
she's gone out on a week when she was absolutely the best. It was when you were like, wow, we can see what kind of artist you've been as well.
We've got a caller on the line. Is Jeanette on the line?
Hello, yes.
Hi, Jeanette. What did you want to say? You're quite angry with Simon, aren't you, this morning?
I was quite angry with Simon. To be honest, I've always admired him for his honesty, and I do think he does do a good job. But the last 2 weeks, he has wimped out badly. He could have sent home a weaker act on both occasions. And I feel like he's playing a very naughty game in maybe hoping that the weaker one will be kept in so that it'll help his act. I don't know. But I was just really annoyed with him. I stood there and I went, don't you dare go to the public vote.
She was twittering everything last night.
I can't say on air what I called him at that time.
I think that was a sort of the reaction up and down the country. But you see, that's why he's a genius, because that's why we're all talking about him today.
Really
that's why it's all in the paper.
Unbelievable.
What was interesting there was looking at Simon's face, because Simon had a look on his face that was almost like a dad's face. Right, stop it now. Stop it now. And in the meantime, Lucie, the best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's a great pleasure.
Amazing,
thank you. And you'll be back, because you're going to go back, and I'm sure there'll be a great big number or something that they're all going to sing.
Next week. Next Sunday.
Good.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.